just count you in. I can only take 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very temperamental.
Right, with the engine, I always explain it as an old car engine, not the new type, with computerised. This is an old-fashioned one, like the engines. You might have 4 pistons bobbing up and down under your body. You'd need a big car, and you'd have plenty of power with this, because with this, the actual pistons are 3 foot diameter and 6 foot stroke. So if you had 4 of them bobbing up and down under your body, you'd know about it. With this rocker arm, it's connected up to the shaft, and in perfect timing, as this rocks backwards and forwards, it opens one valve and closes the other, and with this connecting rod downstairs, opens and closes. So the valves are opening and closing in sequence, allowing the steam in. The easiest way, and I do apologise for anybody that's probably a mechanical engineer, the easiest way I find to explain this is if you imagine this being your knee joint on the bike. As you're cycling, your knee goes up and down, but your foot goes round on the pedals and turns the crank. This is exactly the same principle, that the piston rod's going up and down, this knee joint bit is moving and it's turning the drum. So in this direction, it will be lifting the cage up on this side and lowering the cage on this side. He pulls the lever back, the drum rotates in the opposite direction, which then means that it's winding rope off on this side and winding rope on this side. So the cages pass each other in the shaft halfway, and they come up and pass up and down all the time. If with the accelerator, which is left hand, if he's winding coal, he'll wind it, or he was winding it at 30 miles an hour. If he was winding men, he was only supposed to run it at 20 miles an hour. Supposed to. And the reason is that with the coal, that hasn't got a stomach that's going to leave his breakfast behind. 1952, this was the first one in the world, we do believe, to produce 1 million tonnes in a 12-month period. Doing about 90 winds an hour. Thorsby, before that closed, they was doing about 200 winds an hour and producing about 2 million tonnes a year. So, progress. The pit itself worked until 1967. People often ask, did you run out of coal? They still reckon there's about 40 million tonnes under our feet as we talk now. So there's still some down there. People say, was it Maggie Thatcher or Harold Wilson? It was purely uneconomical to dig it from this area anymore. It was cheap to buy it from somewhere else abroad and bring it in. You will hear people say, well, I can remember it running until the early 70s. They're not wrong, but after 1967 there was never any Bestwood coal bought up. It was being mined at Linby, where you're going next. It was mined at Linby, bought underground, bought up the shafts there and washed and graded and onto the railway and away. All over the back here, for those of you that do know it, up through the woods to where the new Aldi, no Lidl I think it is, up on Mansfield Road. From there, round Oxclose Lane, Arnold Road, Putnell Road and Bestwood Road, all that area over the back there was made up of 13 farms. Some of the roads you'll see, you know, Old Farm Road, things like that, Sunrise, they're all sort of to do with the area when it was his farms up there. And I think there's only about 2 buildings that you'll see now that goes back to those days.